Welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Junior Garcia, and here are some of the stories we have for you tonight. St. Thomas man shot dead. Lieutenant Governor Francis talks health care, and same-sex bill won't pass. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8.
TV8 News is brought to you by Total Excellium. More protection, more miles. Total, you know where to turn.
In tonight's top story, Monster Hill Road on St. Thomas became a crime scene this weekend when 19-year-old Sheldon Benjamin Jr. was found shot to death on the roadway. Virgin Islands Police Department spokeswoman Melanie Rames has more.
Major crime detectives on St. Thomas have identified the victim in the July 13th fatal shooting that occurred on Monster Hill in Estate 22. The victim has been identified as 19-year-old Sheldon Benjamin Jr. Police were notified of the shooting at about 12 noon that same day and traveled to the scene. According to the preliminary report, when police arrived, they saw a white four-door Toyota Corolla in the roadway with the engine still running. The vehicle's rear glass was shattered and there was evidence of gunshot damage to the body of the vehicle. A few feet away, an unresponsive male was observed in the road. Emergency medical technicians on the scene said the victim was shot several times and that they could not detect any vital signs. The victim was taken to the Schneider Regional Medical Center where he was pronounced dead by medical staff. Police said the victim was driving through the area when an unknown number of assailants fired on the vehicle. The victim exited the vehicle and tried to get away, but was shot several times and collapsed in the road. Major crime detectives are investigating this case, but you can help the police solve this case if you saw any vehicles or persons in the area that may have been involved in this shooting. Please call a police officer or a law enforcement officer that you trust. You can call the WSVI-TV Major Crime Unit at 642-8449. You can call Emergency 911, or you can tell what you know anonymously to Crime Stoppers USVI by calling 1-800-222-TIPS.
In other news, Lieutenant Governor Francis has taken a step forward in bringing individualized health care insurance to the territory in 2015. Francis spoke with Channel 8 today about a recent meeting that he convened with banking and insurance officials on St. Thomas.
First, I'd like to thank Channel 8 for giving me the opportunity to explain the contents of the press release I put out. But what it is, I had the opportunity as the chairman of Banking and Insurance to discuss with Blue Cross Blue Shield in terms of some help that we need in terms of giving individual health care and small groups healthcare coverage. But what it is, the 5 territories were excluded from the Affordable Care Act, which was mandated by President Obama. And the 5 territories were excluded from the mandates, federal mandates, and the subsidies. And it's very important to receive the subsidies because similar to the states receive subsidies to supplement the implementation of the program. And we were excluded. And I had the opportunity to meet with President Obama and his staff in terms of addressing the issues affecting the territories. And we asked him if it's possible for the territories to be included in the same provisions as was given to the states. So that's currently under consideration right now with President Obama. Because what it is, it forced us to implement the program without the subsidies and mandate that's allowed in the states. But I took the initiative to meet with Blue Cross Blue Shield to give them the opportunity to do a proposal for us to re-enter into the Virgin Islands, especially for the individual mandates, not individual mandates, to give us the individual coverage. But there are certain provisions we'll have to give them in order to make it doable for them, profitable for them, and at the same time affordable for the residents in the Virgin Islands. So we had that meeting and it seems to be very well received, but they are going to take the information back to their board of directors in terms of what we discussed. And hopefully by 2015, the first quarter of 2015, I'm very optimistic that we're going to see some coverage for individual policyholders and small group businesses, especially small businesses employing less than 50 employees.
New tonight, Senator Judy Buckley is admitting that her controversial civil marriage equality bill recently introduced in the Senate will not, and I quote, see the light of day while I'm in office, unquote. Buckley, who will leave office in January 2015, said the outcry against same-sex marriage and the lengthy legislative process will likely delay passage of the law in the near future. We'll keep an eye on this developing story. What was supposed to be a happy birthday celebration at Divi Carina Casino over the weekend quickly turned unhappy when birthday celebrant Matthias Matthew and his companion Francisca Herman were arrested for attempting to fraudulently receive cash prizes of up to $5,000. Melanie Rames has the details.
Insular investigation detectives on St. Croix arrested a man and a woman who altered scratch tickets in order to win cash prizes. The couple, Matthias Matthew, age 65, and Francisca Herman, age 50, were taken into custody at the Divi Carina Casino on July 11th and arrested. Detectives said the couple, who were celebrating Mr. Matthews' birthday, presented altered promotional scratch tickets to the casino management, attempting to claim prizes valued at $1,000 and $5,000. However, casino staff noticed that the tickets had been altered. Detectives who inspected the tickets said the tickets appeared to have the winning money symbol removed from other tickets and glued onto the tickets being presented for payment. The suspects told the Divi management that the tickets were in their possession at all times. Both suspects were arrested for forgery and attempted grand larceny. Their bail was set at $35,000 each, which they were unable to post. Both suspects were then remanded to the custody of the Golden Grove Adult Correctional Facility pending further court action.
Moving along, WAPA's solar energy project has made significant progress since the last time our cameras visited the construction site in St. Croix Spanish Town neighborhood. Let's take a look.
4 weeks ago, they drove the first pile or the post, and today, 4 weeks later, there's evidence of so much that has been accomplished. Certainly, it shows Toshiba already has a handle on this.
The system will be tying into the new Midland station that should be coming online within the next few weeks. And that station will be supported by this 5 megawatt DC, 4 megawatt AC array, completed probably around the middle of November, and benefit to the island will start as soon as that gets energized.
So with me this afternoon I have Jim Creighton. He's the Director of Construction for Toshiba. And at this site at Spanish Town, right now we're seeing the guys putting on the panels. Roughly how many panels will be installed, Jim?
We're installing 16,000. First post was pounded into the ground on June 12th.
And today is June 11th.
June 11th. So we have about 4 solid weeks of work here that we've installed all the posts on the project. We've installed 90% of the racking system. And you can see we probably have about 20% of the panels installed to date. Sure, well this is the inverter building. This is where we'll be housing all of our inverters. The conduits that you see coming up are actually coming from all the panels that are tied into this building. This is where the building converts the sun energy.
David Bowler. David, how does it feel to be working on such a project like this?
Feels great. I could tell my kids that I worked on this project and it's going to benefit the Virgin Islands greatly. I would like to tell them that.
Well, it looks like solar energy could be coming to a household near you sooner than you think. Well, stay tuned. We have more news right after this.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Welcome back to News Channel 8, and here is Cynthia Graham with your nightly Caribbean report.
Thank you, Junior. It was a tragic weekend in Trinidad when a cancer-stricken businessman shot and killed his wife before turning the gun on himself near the Shore of Peace cremation site at Mosquito Creek. Relatives say 58-year-old Donald Ragu had called them on Friday soon after shooting to death 40-year-old Pamela Maharaj, informing them where the bodies would be found. Both bodies were recovered with a single gunshot wound to the head. Ragu had been diagnosed with cancer last year, but became more depressed recently after he lost his businesses in a court case. Caribbean cellular providers Digicel and Lime are facing harsh backlash from consumers and investigations from regulatory agencies over blocking customers from using popular apps used to make free phone calls over the internet. Last month, Digicel blocked all such applications, including Viber, Skype, Tango, and others, from running on the company's 4G network on devices using a SIM card. Lime Jamaica has also blocked Viber, which has more than 280 million users in 193 countries. The Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago has launched an inquiry into the issue. And finally tonight, Caribbean life can be really sweet at times. Our friends over in Martinique probably know this better than anyone else. They have been enjoying sweet treats and delicious baked goods from Chez Serena Bakery for over 108 years. The popular bakery, located in Martinique's Fort-de-France capital city, opened its doors and its ovens in 1906 and has been serving up traditional island favorites like pâté coco or roulé abricot ever since. The standing room only shop is described as, quote, a jewel box of a bakery, and has served generations of locals and visitors for breakfast and lunch. And this has been tonight's Caribbean Report. I'm Cynthia Graham. We'll be back here tomorrow to bring you more news and views from in and around the Caribbean. Back to you, Junior.
Well, thank you, Cynthia. Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen is celebrating recent victories that ensure teachers will receive pay for working and the enactment of an updated school calendar.
Well, the school calendar issue is now behind us. Teachers, paraprofessionals, the school lunch staff, and other support staff are now assured that they will not have to work for weeks and not get paid. My initiative to repeal the unfunded school calendar law was difficult, but ultimately successful. I believe that when it got across clearly that the IRB director made it very clear that they will be forced to work, meaning the teachers will be forced to work and not getting paid under the school calendar that we just repealed, simply will not get an allotment to pay the teachers. To not have repealed the school calendar, it would have meant just that, work without pay. I think it is in order to thank both teachers' union presidents, Ms. Lagarde and Ms. Soto, for their vigilance, as well as Governor DeYoung for signing my legislation into law, and this very significant piece of legislation.
We have more news straight ahead.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Finally tonight, Public Works Commissioner Darrell Smalls has announced road openings on Frenchman Bay Road in St. Thomas.
It is truly an exciting time within the Department of Public Works to see this project finally come into fruition. We've had many challenges through the years, and to see it finally being open, I think it will be a tremendous benefit to the motoring public, as well as the visitors who traverse in that area. As we know, the West Indian Corporation is the home of the primary cruise ship port, where we have 3 berths. and we see many days where we have a lot of traffic in that area. Part of the work that was done in there is to address some of that congestion as well as the drainage in the area. Years have gone by where we had significant flooding, but since this project has been in its commenced, the flooding in that entire Frenchman's Bay, West Indian Corporation area has ceased. So this project and all has been a success, and again, it's just tantamount to the hard work and efforts of the employees of the Department of Public Works.
Stay with us. Your weather report is coming up next.
Your weather, coming up next. Your weather.
And here's a look at your weather report.
Tonight, isolated showers, partly cloudy with a low around 71. East wind 13 to 16 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Tuesday, isolated showers, sunny with a high near 83. East-southeast wind around 16 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Tuesday night, isolated showers, partly cloudy with a low around 72. East wind 14 to 16 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. On Wednesday, isolated showers, mostly sunny with a high near 89. East-southeast wind around 17 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Wednesday night, scattered showers, partly cloudy with a low around 74. East wind around 17 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. And on Thursday, scattered showers mainly before noon. Mostly sunny with a high near 89. East wind 15 to 18 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. This is Cheryl Francis with your Channel 8 News Weather.
Thank you for tuning in. That's all we have for local news. Do not forget to like us on Facebook at WSVI-CH8. And also follow us on Twitter at WSVI-TV News. And be sure to subscribe to Channel 8 on your YouTube at WSVI-TV News Channel 8. Watch us on your computer, plus use the free Dish Anywhere app to DVR us or see us anywhere in the world on your smartphone or tablet. I'm Junior Garcia, and World News is up next. Good night, Virgin Islands.
TV8 News was brought to you by Total Excellium. More protection, more miles. Total. You know where to turn.